Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
The new European it spot. 2-week itinerary for
where.
Albania
Ooh,
with cost.
ooh, I'm
Full
gonna
Albania
let's see.
travel guide.
Mm,
You gonna zero?
I'm gonna see. We're
I
gonna
spent 1 month
zoom.
in Albania, and here's everything you need to know. When someone says, I'm
Wow.
going to Albania, what's the first thing that comes to
Okay,
your mind?
listen, listen,
Honestly,
listen, listen, listen. My only reference to Albania before Eurovision is this one popular TikToker. He's gay. He's like 6'7" and gay. His name is Leo Skepti, and he loves Versace.
So
He's
that's
like
that's every
he's like
Albanian for you
no,
now?
but he's like dark but also rainbow at the same time. So
Dark but rainbow.
yeah, like
What?
he has like such a like he sounds like a mafia guy because of the way he talks, but he's like so gay, so it's like my vibe. So I'm so curious of what Albania is like because I don't know too much about Albania really. I see a little bit here and there, but to say it's the it spot, I let me see what they talking about.
99%
It
of the people we
spot.
told were like, where? Why are you going there? And I had seen pictures online, but I never expected it to be what it turned out to be, and here's why. We decided to stay in Tirana, the
Because when I think
capital,
of
and we ended up
Albania, I think of cold. Like
I don't know
cold.
why you think Albania is Siberia or some shit. I
Yeah.
don't know why. Look, they're next to Greece, Italy.
I know. I was shocked. I was
in the
gagged.
most stunning Airbnb, which at the end I'll do a cost breakdown of everything we
Aw.
spent this month. And so for the entire month, this was our base, and we did a couple of road trips out to explore. Overall, Albania in terms
Yeah,
of
I
size,
have been blown away with some of the visuals of Albania. It's very
Yeah.
pretty.
We've done one video like places to
Yeah.
visit or some or like
Yeah.
over. It was unexpectedly beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
isn't that big. And Tirana is pretty much right in the middle. So to go up to the north near the mountain, to the town of Thet, I think that's how you pronounce it, and just go there, it's basically a 3 to 4 hour drive. And then to go completely to the south, to the beaches that border Greece, it's also like a
Wow.
3 to 4 hour drive. So everything is within a short distance. For context, it's midsummer, it's high season, and it's hot. I grew up in South Florida, so for me to say that it's hot,
Okay.
it's really
Okay.
hot. But of
Yeah,
course,
yeah, yeah,
somebody who's
yeah.
a beach lover, I
So
can't
she
complain
gets
because
it.
that's literally what I came here for. The vibe is
That's
just like
pretty.
Croatia and very similar to southern Italy. The
That is interesting. She's from
Oh.
South Florida and it's hot for her. So how hot must it be if it's hot for South
Because
Florida?
here is hot
As
and
it's fucking
humid.
hot in South
And
Florida, yo.
humid.
Summertimes is ridiculous.
You know, I don't it feel the heat. I feel the humidity.
You feel the heat, okay?
The only time I feel the heat is when the AC is not working. That's the
Exactly.
only
That's what I'm saying. You feel the
But
heat because you live in AC. You don't feel. You go outside in
huh.
summer. You forgot because it's not summer.
Huh.
Wait until July comes, August
Yeah.
comes. You literally you go from a grocery store to the car, load up the groceries, you sweating.
Wow.
You forgot. You live
Wait.
here longer
So
than me. How did you
the way
forget?
she's saying that is like
She's saying is she said
it's
I'm from
hotter.
no, she said I'm from South Florida. So when I say it's hot, I mean it's
Oh, okay.
hot.
So she can
So it's
confirm.
basically she's saying it's
Okay.
hot by South Florida standards.
Okay. Okay, that's hot. Yeah,
language
it's
is
hot.
hard. As much as I wanted to learn and practice, it's hard, but luckily 99% of the people we've met speak English, so it's been extremely easy to get around. So I walk into the grocery on the first day, and keep in mind that the only thing I had seen about Albania prior to getting here was that it had beautiful beaches, and then I had seen, of course, the Instagram reels saying that it was extremely low cost. So in my mind, I was like, great. I'm walking around the grocery store, and the currency here is lek, which is super easy to convert, thankfully, because these past 2 years, while traveling full time, I've had to deal with Japanese yen, Brazilian reales, Colombian pesos, Mexican pesos, to the point where I just learned how much $20 is, and that's the base that I use for all my calculations. But here, it's extremely easy because 100 lek is basically €1, which I know is not exact, but when thinking about euros, you just match it to dollars. So I'm walking around, and the yogurt is 940 lek. And I'm like, hold on, that's almost 10 euros, which would be like $10. But then I'm like, well, maybe it's just the type of yogurt that I like to eat. So I keep walking, and then I go by the cheese, 690 lek, which is $6. And I quickly realize it's not what people painted it to be on social media. I mean,
Yeah, because $10 for yogurt, $9 for yogurt.
For a
That's
little yogurt or
doesn't
big?
matter for what yogurt is expensive as fuck. There's definitely not
Unless
Costco
it's the big
yogurts.
case, the
Nah,
big case of
she's not
yogurt.
talking about no big case of Costco yogurts.
bad, but I definitely don't want to add to the narrative that you can live here under $1,000 because I just don't agree. Last year, I also spent a month in Italy.
How much is
Croatia,
that?
and
7,000? She
Yeah,
says
so like
700?
so it's $80.
$80? Oh.
truthfully, I think the prices are pretty similar. Of course, like
For what did they
anywhere in the
get?
world, just like you can find a €5 fast food meal, you can sit down and have a €40 nice meal. So the real cost reveal will happen at the end when I do the price breakdown. So during the week, I spent my days in Tirana. I work remotely, so I would work and explore the town. It's very walkable, which is something I always look for.
That's nice.
And I did find an app that's similar to Uber since Uber doesn't exist here, and it's called Patok. For the road trips, we always rented a car from a place called Mi and Da, and on average, it's about $40 per day for a small
That's pretty.
automatic car. And here's where
$40 a day, that's expensive. That's expensive. Here you can get a car cheaper than that. For like $25 you can get a car, unless it's like peak season or something. $40 is not cheap.
I fell in love with Albania. If you follow my Instagram, you know I'm a beach lover. Anything beach, count me in. And when
Laura
I tell you, the
Gomez.
moment I got down from the car and saw those beaches, wow, I was speechless. And here's where I
You
think
see how they're
Albania is
driving? They're driving normal. The way it was explained to me that the roads are bad, I would think it's gonna be like bumpy.
I think maybe what you think of like bad roads like in southern Europe more so, it's not the bumpiness, is the waviness of the roads, because the roads are like, it's mountainous terrain most of the times. So you have to kind of like drive in zigzags. It's a narrow, tiny road. So I
Wow.
think that's maybe what they mean. It's not like a
Yeah.
most comfortable driving experience
Yeah,
in that
that's a
sense,
little
unless you
scary.
experience. Yeah. I don't think it's about the holes in the road where you like lose your teeth.
That's how I
driving.
understood.
I don't think so.
incredibly underrated, and I can assure you that in 2 to 3 years, it's going to experience a tourism boom because truthfully, it's too good to not be known. If you think about it, Albania has the same exact sea as Croatia, Greece, and Italy, yet it doesn't get the same traction as the others. I spent a weekend in Samil, Saranda, Dermi, and Himare, and wow, I've been to a lot of beaches around the world these past 2 years traveling, and these are right at the top of my list. If I had to pick my favorite beach town,
That's
though, it would be
pretty.
Saranda. They're all very similar, yet each has its own spark and beautiful hidden gems with those local family-owned restaurants and cool cliffs around the beach clubs. Along the road, you'll also find waterfalls, rivers, more small towns like Berat,
Oh,
which
that's
is beautiful,
cool.
typical restaurants, and so much more. I have a ton of places pinned here on my maps. If I only had 2 weeks to explore the country, I would do 2 days in Tirana, 1 night in the coolest natural spring that has a hotel there called Uji Ufonte. I think that's how you pronounce it. Then drive down to Saranda for 2 days, Himare for 2 nights, Berat for 1 night, 2 nights in Shkodër, 2 nights in Theth, 2 nights in the Kamani Lake, which is known
I wonder if
Wow.
Shkodra Electronica is because they're from Shkodra.
Roger?
to be like the Thailand of Europe. There's different hotels along the river, and then back to Tirana to fly out. In our trip, we didn't make it up to the north, but my favorite hotel in the south has to be the Andin Lapa Spa Hotel in Saranda. During our beach days, we would hop to a different hotel each night because there were so many options to choose from, but that one would have to be my top pick. And if you like slower traveling and having a base like me, then this
Oh,
Airbnb
wait,
in Tirana
no.
has the most perfect location. It's no wonder why it has a 5-star rating. I've loved it so
I want to see that bathroom again. Hold
I
on.
don't like the bathroom.
if you like slower
I do
traveling
not want to
and
see
have
the toilet when I'm sleeping.
That is so weird. So what?
No.
You know, you taking a shit. I'm
No.
watching you
I'm
take a
clearly
shit.
I'm turned the other way. I'm like this.
That is so weird, though.
No.
That is so
No, there's
weird.
probably like a shade. Like you
It
put a
has to
shade.
be, right?
Some privacy.
That is so weird. You just, I mean, if you by yourself, okay, but if you with someone else, so well, like you taking a shit, somebody's just watching you take a shit, it's so weird.
having a base like me, then this Airbnb in Tirana has the most perfect location. It's no wonder why it
This
has
was
a
her
5-star rating.
favorite.
I've loved it so much, so for sure, I'll be including the link inside.
They
the
like
Albania
watching
Travel
each other take a
Guide.
shit. I don't
I felt
fucking know.
completely safe in Albania, walking around alone, and especially at night, because I'm not sure if this is just a summer thing, a Europe thing, or what, but no one is outside right now.
So she was
during
there
the day.
in
And
the
then at
summer.
10
I think it's a summer
So
thing.
it's a
hot.
is summer like maybe their peak season or no?
Oh, what?
Because that's probably why the prices for the cars was
Oh.
high.
Potentially, yeah, good point. Yeah.
night, everyone is on the streets walking around. We were walking around at 1 a.m.
Oh.
and everything felt extremely safe in the center of
Yeah,
town.
because
That's
it's,
nice.
it's
One thing to keep in mind
hot.
is that Albanians, and I think this is in general for the Balkan cultures, they're not serious. They might come across as serious for Americans and especially to Latinos because they're direct and straight to the point. It happened to me in Croatia where you're not sure and you think that maybe they're being a little rude, but then I realized that it's just part of the culture. Latinos, on the other hand, we are overly exaggerating and like we want everybody to feel super warm and we want to make it super known. Like we're over the top, that's for sure. So Albanian culture is opposite in terms of how they express it. But what I've noticed is that
Yeah,
it's
but
pretty
you know what I'm curious? Okay, if the places that she showed us is like where real people like okay, this is real people live there.
Well, she said that she's in Tirana. That's capital city, so that's not like a tourist town. It's a capital city. You know, the people do live there, so I would think so.
similar in the way that they feel it. In my opinion, they're so welcoming. Everyone has been like on the lookout to help. It has felt very, very, very nice. But when you talk to them, they're very
And I do think it is because she's working, so she's not just traveling tourist on a vacation.
Yeah.
She's doing this work from home, but she's also traveling at the same time to kind of So I think she is where people are at because she's
Mm-hmm.
just living a regular day-to-day life, but also like at night, or on the weekend she travels. So I think this is pretty genuine.
direct. Also, you can tell that they are very passionate about their country. I've been posting TikToks, and the amount of Albanians flooding my comments, giving me recommendations, telling me like how grateful they are that I'm exploring their country, telling me what snacks to try, what fruits to try. It's truly been a crazy and really fun experience. Which leads me to the food. Typical Albanian food just feels close. For
Okay.
That's your
some
favorite.
reason, a common
Okay.
trait here is yogurt. I've had yogurt with lamb, yogurt with meatballs, and it's not like a
Oh,
cold yogurt that you would. We get upgraded.
it
Travel
looks
is
good.
more
It's
rewarding.
not a
now
cold
has an
yogurt, it's a
advantage
warm
with her.
yogurt. Interesting. I guess
I'm done spending an obscene amount of money on.
maybe it goes with that same because you eat burek with yogurt, so it's probably the same yogurt, I think.
As a snack. It's cooked yogurt and it's so good.
Yogurt.
The food is
Ooh,
very
ooh.
delicious.
Tres
In Tirana,
leches.
I recommend the restaurant Era Restaurant Biseri.
Remember we
It's
saw tres
traditional
leches in
food and
Albania before.
everything is insane. You also have to try patos chips, which according to everyone that commented on my TikToks is like the favorite snack here. I wish everyone would come. Everyone talks about
Oh.
Greece, everyone talks about Italy, and yes, while those are beautiful, most of the time I feel like the places are a bit overhyped. This is a country that feels like such a hidden gem, and I truly think more people need to check it
That's
out because I
nice.
promise you'll fall in love. I went fully in depth in the Albania travel guide with more things to do, where to
I'm
stay, beyond what
impressed.
just comes up on
Where
Google.
is the
I'll leave
prices?
link
Get
the
us to
guide
your
in the description
prices.
below. And now for the
There
price
you go.
breakdown. Drum roll. This Airbnb came out to a total of $1,429.26. And then here are the rest of the costs.
That's
For
a lot.
for how long?
The month.
The month? That's like rent.
That's rent. That's so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's expensive.
Keep in mind that these are the costs for a full month and for two people. $511.36 for car rental. These were two
Expensive.
different times that we rented a car for 3
They're,
days.
you know,
each.
also they're
Dining,
in peak season. I mean, they're in summer.
This
I
is
don't know.
expensive though.
$284.81. Gas, $148.99. Grocery stores,
Okay.
$702.29. We like to eat.
That's expensive.
What did they get at the
bill, too.
grocery?
$700?
But when we saw the one trip, you said they spent only 80.
Well, I guess they do a lot of those $80 trips.
Oh.
That's expensive. That's more than
That's a
our
lot. That's
grocery
what-
bills.
and we
Yeah,
eat.
and yeah. What?
What?
I think you can tell. Gym, $118.97. This is for
That's
two
also
people.
expensive.
Lodging, so anytime we stayed at the hotels outside, $923.21. Pharmacy, $19.
Lodging? Oh,
What's lodging?
what the fuck are these
And we
bills?
stayed at the hotels outside, $923.
Oh, at the hotels
Hotels
outside. Okay.
What does
so
that mean? I don't understand.
when they travel to another city, they stay on the night.
$3.21.
Oh.
Pharmacy, $19.02. And then shopping, this is like clothes and little things, $92.58. Bringing our total for a full month in Albania for two people to $4,227.
What?
That's expensive.
That's a lot.
That's expensive.
Huh?
That's expensive as fuck.
Huh?
That's over
I wanna see the
50,000 a year.
comments.
Yo. That
I wonder if she was where real
yeah,
people
that
are.
ain't no way regular people spend like that. That is expensive as fuck. Albania's
eat
very
more than
beautiful, but you can
us.
find it. Oh yeah, I'd love to go.
No, but I would love to go though.
I
It's
wanna see
very
some-
beautiful.
Oh, there you go. Nice video. Thanks for including prices because they're realistic. Tourists tend to pay inflated price because you're living well and not skimping.
Oh, so that is normal
Realistic? So
prices.
that's normal
Yeah.
prices. That's an oh there you go. That's an insane amount of money to spend in most places for a month, especially Albania where average monthly salary is less than 900. That's what I was thinking.
I think that was like, you know how in Miami Beach it's like the cost is like inflated more. Like there's a tourist spot where she was at.
She
maybe.
said, keep in mind when you're traveling to any country, short-term prices are always way more than what a local. I mean,
Oh,
rent your Airbnb price. Okay, I
Okay.
agree.
Mhm.
Car rentals, I agree. But grocery bill
her
$700.
food bill, yeah.
Because not only they spend grocery, they also went to restaurants too.
Mm-hmm.
That is, Albania is not that cheap. In summer, hotels are twice prices, but food is cheaper compared to other countries.
Oh, so probably this was a summer thing.
Yeah,
I would love to go. It looks super, super beautiful. The food looks good. The beaches look
No, yeah,
fire.
everything was
I like
good.
the
It's just
vibes.
the price. I don't. I mean, she has the money. I guess that's
Yeah.
whatever however she wants to spend it. It's just
Yeah.
it didn't cheap. it didn't seem cheap at all.
Mm-hmm.
She spent 264 on dining at the restaurants, plus so $1,000 a month on food basically.
That's a lot.
That's a family of 4 or 5 people. It's crazy.
Hmm.
Wow.
So breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you probably like getting something outside. I don't know. Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible.